Hello, welcome to
Right.
the Chatting with Dr. Stevel show. I'm your host, Dr. Stevel, and today's guest is a model, actress, athlete, pro wrestler, Playboy cover girl, radio talk show host, and the list keeps going, getting longer and longer. She's one of the original Glow wrestlers, Sunny, the California girl. Please welcome
Hi, everyone. And I hope you all can hear me clearly. How's everyone doing out there? Oh, we froze. Ah, it's froze. Oh, come back. Okay. We gotta refresh. Let's refresh. Is it back? No. Hello. What happened? Okie dokie.
internet connection. That was pretty embarrassing over here. We got bad weather, and I just lost
Where'd we go?
my intro.
There we go. You're back. I was
I'm
like,
sorry.
what happened?
I hope you were dancing, keeping them occupied, like
It like froze. I was like, where'd he
Oh,
go?
just
I see him there.
I know everything just like froze on you, and then I lost internet connection. I'm freaking out because we're live, and I'm not sure if you've got cut off or me. And I'm like, you can only do
You
so
were
much to the
frozen.
computer. Sorry,
I know. I was still talking. I was good. I see myself down there, but you got froze. And I'm like, and I tried to refresh it, and I'm like, hello. Woo.
No, I was like panicking in the background, but we're back. Thank goodness. Yay.
We're back.
Did we get any of the intro? This is Patricia Summerland, the California girl.
Hi, everyone. Sunny, the California girl. And I'm not always sunny. I have my cloudy moments. I wonder. Huh.
It almost became the Sunny Show from my friend Karen.
I know. That is true.
Hello, Sunny and the Good Doctor by Wayne.
I do have a show, The Brighter Side with Sunny. So there we go.
The Brighter Side with Sunny. You're a talk show host, correct?
Correct. With CRN Digital Talk Network in Chatsworth, California.
And the Brighter Side of Sunny is about health and fitness. Is that correct? And nutrition?
No, it's about anything you want to talk about.
Oh, okay.
It could get down and dirty. It could be political. I love all that stuff.
So wow, so you bring your fighting right to the radio as well, right? Not just the ring.
I do. Hit me with your best shot.
You got it.
That's right. Vlog it.
Okay, so right now the thing that caught our attention is you were one of the original Glow girls, Sunny the California girl. How did this come about?
Well, I get asked this so much. So we're just going to start from the beginning. When I was a little girl, I was at the Olympic Auditorium with my mom and dad and my brother, Frankie, who is in my comic book. And you'll learn more about Frankie, whom I loved. And my other brother, Tom Riley. We cannot forget Tom Riley. He was the props manager for Dukes of Hazzard, Love Boat, several shows. And so him and my father would take the wrestlers after the matches at the Olympic Auditorium and take them back to the hotels and stuff, drop them off, like driver security type thing. But we would go to the Olympic Auditorium and then the roller derby. So Friday night, I think it was, or Saturday, whichever night was first, was the matches, then the roller derby. So I was raised in it practically. My father was a big fan and friends with all the wrestlers, Mr. Moto, the Destroyer, Freddie Blassie, Andre the Giant, everyone who's went through the Olympic Auditorium, they knew. However, the greatest moment that stood out from those times, and this was giving my age away. Oh my God. This was in 69. We'll say 69, which is a great number, but I was a wee little one watching the wrestlers. So, was the Destroyer Dick Beyer. So I was in his wrestling mask and diapers, which was so cool to have this wrestling mask on. And of course, I was so little, I didn't know why, but I grew up and learned why. And I met Dick Beyer, the Destroyer, full circle at the Cauliflower Alley Club, probably, when was this? 2012, I want to say. And then also 2017, he signed the Polaroid with me in diapers. It was the old school Polaroids from the Polaroid cameras that's been out. I have several of those pictures with me in diapers and wearing his original mask.
There's
So
a picture on the internet.
Yes, there's a full circle of that. And what an amazing man. So I'm a super fan still, and rest in peace. I think a part of my heart left when he passed away, truly, because he was just amazing. And the family, I love Kurt Beyer and his wife. I went to the Destroyer golf last year and I had a blast. It was so much fun. I have to think about it already, where we're at. Time's flying. We're almost to that next year.
So your father brought back most of these wrestlers home for dinner, not something normal people do, right?
I know. My mom would cook a feast, and all the wrestlers would come back and eat with us. So, yeah. And again, I was little, and, watching them at the Olympic Auditorium in the matches, I was terrified, I think, of, oh, God, what was the other one?
Freddie Blassie.
Yeah, Freddie Blassie's one, but there's so many that I forget and I don't mention. But the, oh my gosh, I got to think about it. That's my concussions. But anyway, yeah, Freddie Blassie would come out with his cane in the ring, and in the cage match, hit his cage and he'd fly out in the cage. I was petrified. And I always thought it was so real with all the blood and stuff. And I'd be traumatized that night, not knowing I would grow up in my later years being 21 and going to Glow and wrestle. I was like, what? What just happened here? Because that wasn't my goal in life, to be a pro wrestler. I was a sports, fanatic and an athlete and stuff, but I would have never guessed wrestling. No, I was like way off the grid from a track running, girl.
Well, how did this come about then? I mean, by accident?
No. Like I said, we were watching wrestling. One day I would say I was, same age, 21, and I was at my parents' house visiting, and my dad told me to come and sit down. He's watching the show on television, and I was like, okay, I'll come down and sit down. Sure, Dad. And there's this wrestling show, all these women, different sizes, shapes, colors, larger than life on the TV screen, and they're kicking butt. Obviously the bad and the good, the baby, the heel. It was the bad and good with Glow. So we never said really baby and heel, but I was watching it and he's like, you could do this. And I said, I can't do this. There's no way. You want me to do this? Because he loved wrestling, so we're watching it. And at the end of the show, it on the screen, like it's doing here, it's scrolling. It says, do you want to be a Glow girl? Call this number or send in your headshot. It gave an address. So my dad said, you should do that. And that's what I did. And I got a response for an audition in North Hollywood, California. And I took my butt over there. My happy-go-lucky surfboard blonde tan girl walks in this room with, I don't know how many women. I still say 360, 370, 380. I don't know who's counting after that, because there were so many girls in there. And I walk in and I see Matt Simber, Steve Blance there. And I step up and I said, I'm here to audition. I sign my name. I get called up. Sure enough, next thing I know, guess what? I'm on my way to Vegas. They said nice. I got the job there, but I didn't get the job yet. You just pass and go to the next step, which is Las Vegas. And I said, sure, I'd love to go to Las Vegas. Yeah. Not really thinking I'm going to get this by any means.
How do they pick and choose during the first part? Is it they just look at you or say like, yes, no, or did you have to have an interview?
Well, at the auditions, at the auditions, they ask you questions about, your life, your ability, if you're into sports, what's your hobbies, what do you like? You fill out that whole questionnaire, just like in an audition. And so, are you animated? Have you ever acted? Well, I fit the bill and all that. And I said, well, I've modeled and I've acted. Yeah, sure. And I'm an athlete, and obviously I love the beach, hence the surfboard. And I was tan, blonde. I said, yeah, as a matter of fact, I just played volleyball before I came here. They're like, okay, good. They write down my name. You sit back down, and I was sweating bullets. And then they call the names. And I'm like, oh me? What? Yay. On my way to Vegas at 21. Yeah. That's the greatest thing, right?
And then what happens once you got to Vegas?
Oh God. Well, we thought that was grueling. So there was probably, and again, I don't know the exact amount, but there was quite a few girls. There was probably 70 or 80 women, fluctuates thereupon, let's say no more than 150, 180 women. We went through combat training. So there was a warehouse that we went to, and that's where we actually staged the live tapings. That's where our ring was, because it just happened to change from the rib from the first 2 seasons, when I was a 3rd season girl, first of all, 4th season girl. So it was at a Harley Davidson warehouse. So in there, Matt set up this like obstacle course. We had tires. We had to run like military. We had to put our hands up above over our ears and not drop them, but keep them tight, down. Well, you were in the military, right? You guys had to do that. Okay. So we ran around until he told us to drop our hands. And then we had to do hyperextensions off the wrestling ring. A girl sat on the back of our legs while we do the hyper. Military push-ups. You've got to start out. He started us out 25 gradually. He had to do 100 militaries. And we did that 4 times a day. Okay. 4 times a day, which added up to 100.
Okay.
And then, at one point 100, no, but it gradually was 100 a day. And then we would break for lunch and eat at the Riviera Hotel, the buffet. So as we're doing this, girls dropped out because they couldn't handle it. It became too much. Yeah, they weren't tough enough, so gradually went down to 70, down to 60, down to 50. And through this process that we were doing this I think it was 3 months, some say 6 months. I think it was only 3 months. It just went by so fast. And as we're doing this, they would give us they would analyze us, our actions, how we were. They would interview us here and there and tell us what's going on. Right. What's this? What's that? How do you feel? Do you like what you're doing? Do you feel strong enough? Do you feel tough enough? Yes, yes, yes. And then we start our gymnastics in the ring. We start doing our tumbles or rolls in the ring through this. And we learn at the trampoline in Las Vegas. It was a trampoline place he used to take us to, all those girls, and we'd start our trampoline, our jumps and things like that. But they would analyze us and give us our character through this process. So that's how the changes began.
If somebody was like tough go-getter girl, they go, okay, you look like you could, you'd be a monster or a punk rocker, and they do that? Or is it just
just by their personality, their looks, everything came into play for that character? Because, some girls, not really drastic, like I had to put on weight because I was underweight. So, and I had to build my muscle up and stuff like that. So I had to train a lot harder, but I think I was every bit Sunny. I was blonde, tan, my character, other than the dinginess, because I'd like to say I really wasn't dingy. I was naive, that's for sure. But, because I was young in Vegas, I think we all were as glow girls. But Beastie, the Road Warrior, had to shave all her hair off into a mohawk. She had long, beautiful hair past her butt. So that was traumatic for her. She's like, what? What? You're going to do what? So she was Beastie the Road Warrior. That's how they analyze the character. Sunny, oh goodness. And I'm getting like important. Sunny was molded from Matt Simbers, who was the director of Glow. That was his wife. Okay. He was married to her at the time of her death. So, and a lot of people don't realize that, which is a great history. The man is just incredible, but they have a son together, Tony Simber, which was our referee in Glow at times. The blonde with the mole that coincidentally looks a lot like Jane Mansfield mixed with the Italian blood. of Matt Zimber. That was their son together. And so he told me, he said, you know what? You look just like her. You remind me of my ex-wife, of Jane. And I'm like, really? Because I'm tall, I'm 5'10". You know, I was well endowed then, not big, not small, but you know, I was shapely, long legs. And I always thought that Marilyn Monroe was short and, you know, curvy, but tiny, right. Just like I thought Jane Mansfield was. And he's like, no, you're just so much like her. And he showed me pictures and I'm like, oh my God. So that was the Sunny, you know, spinoff. And then he asked me, he said, well, your hobbies, you said you like to sing. And I said, yeah, I love to sing. I wanted to be a lounge singer. So they decided for my character to sing knock-knock jokes. That was the writer, to actually take a knock-knock joke and sing it. And I'm like, you're kidding. I got a knock-knock joke. No way. But I pulled it off, you know, somehow. Thank God it was short and sweet, because I don't know if anyone wants to hear me sing anymore.
Like, example, like, is it a different knock-knock joke every match?
Yes. Every opponent, there was a different knock-knock joke. And of course, there's so many I don't even remember. My God. Thanks. The one I love is the Bob Hope one, when I wrestled Corporal Kelly, only because Vegas, the nostalgia, Bob Hope, they gave me Dean Martin's, they gave me all a bunch of different ones, but the Tanks for the Memories. And, you know, so I would hop in the ring and I'm like, hey, everybody, I have a knock-knock joke for you. And they're like, knock, knock, who's there? And I'd go, Tanks. Tanks who? Tanks for the Memories. It's great to be on the scene, to beat the big Marine. And then she'd attack me, right? Oh. And the match was on. So many. And even my raps, God, everyone laughs at me because I can't remember them all. I have to have them right in front of me so I can remember and read them, because there's too many, you know. But I remember the glow rap. And then I have my, a few, I think, Sunny, what is it? I'm California girl, lean and tan. My name is Sunny, and here's my plan. I'll beat you fair and square, and then to the ring. Oh, no. I'll beat you fair and square, and then to the beach we'll all hang 10. Right? I know. But there's so many. And Sylvester Boiler, shout out to Sylvester, the historian of Glow, knows all my raps, and he'll send them to me. He's like, here, Sunny, you've got... He knows them better than I do. A lot of our fans know our stuff now, you know, and just throw it out. And they're like, do you remember this? And we're like, oh God, you know, scratch my head. Like, oh yeah. It's terrible. But that's wrestling. That's the concussions. Don't forget. I already had a few before I went to Glow from accidents that I had. And so I probably had 6 concussions, 8 concussions, something like that. Yeah. Not good.
And you just like get up and keep going with it? Absolutely.
Hit me with your best shot. Because if you hit me, then maybe I'll bring it back. The memory, if you hit me the right way. It'll come back. That's right. Thank you. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Now, when you entered as like, you know, third season, was there any animosity between the veterans, if you want so to say, and you new girls coming in?
Actually, no. We really there was no really animosity, but there was just like, we were all not cliquish, but we were just all separate. And eventually, as time went on, we got to know certain ones and just be friends with this one or friends, because we lived in dorms with the good girls, the bad with the bad. So we were always separated all the way to the ring. So, you know, well, naturally, when we're eating, we're out in public at the Riviera at the buffet, so we had to watch that. You can't be chums with the bad girl. So there was always kind of a distance, you know, because the good girls stuck together, the bad girls stuck together. So I had animosity because I was super close with Matt Zimber. So I got to stay at the mansion, as they call the Glow House. Which was Joan Collins's house at that time.
Oh,
sorry about that. Someone's trying to get through. Hopefully it's not too important.
It could be one of the people trying to get on.
That's true. I don't know. It's over there. The phone. That phone is. My cell phone's been going off, but I don't think so. So yeah, anyway, it was pretty interesting. I got to stay at the Glow Mansion, and the girls weren't happy about that. So there was so much distance. They're like, we have to be careful. We can't tell Sunny anything because she'll tell Matt, which I wasn't. No, of course not. But the closeness of the relationship, there was a lot of, probably a lot of envy, I don't know. But I had it hard because of that. Matt pushed me. He said, now everyone's looking at you, so you've got to do your best. You have to be better because you're with me, and of course I wasn't, because I was 5'10" to do handstands. My legs would do this. And so at Hollywood's, they would dangle. They wouldn't go straight up like a perfect handstand. It was horrible. I hated doing handstands. I hated being upside down, much less. And so he made me do 100 handstands against the wall in front of all the girls one day until I got it right. And obviously I got it right. I was dizzy. I hated it. And he kept pushing me and pushing me and pushing me. And then my legs were straight, and I finally got it right. Stuff like that Matt would do to better our ability in the ring. Otherwise we get injured. And plus it's got to look good. Can't be sloppy.
Right. On that, because you were in the mansion, when you wrestled the matches, did you find that maybe you were hit harder by some of the other people saying, "Oh yeah, she's the favorite," so boom, they're like, stick you?
Yeah, I had that with Habana. Well, Habana really thought she was her character. She believed she was her character. And I'm like, she had the cigar, she'd light it up and blow the cigarette in my face in our match. And she literally spit in my face. And that's a no-no. But let the bodily fluids fly, because you can't help it in wrestling. It's going to happen. Certain bodily fluids, of course. So in that match, we went in the locker room and we fought. And she was fired. I told Matt what she did, and I couldn't see. She smoked out my whole, area, my whole peripheral. I couldn't see it. I was like, this is not good. So she pulled my hair for real. She grabbed a chunk of my hair. Had and I was like, dang. And that was my hair, everyone. Everyone thought it was a wig. No, that was my hair. The big blonde puffiness.
Puffy 80s hair, yeah.
Yes. That was every bit of my hair with a lot of Aquanet and glitter. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Karen Jung. Let's see. How close to reality is the Netflix show to your experience as a glow girl? Wow. Like I said in another interview, it is close as being in Vegas. It is close as us being close as women, as you see in the show, because they do come together and you see the rivalry and the little riffs, certain things like that. That was us. But there's a robot in there that delivers cocaine and the wild parties. We didn't do any of that. We weren't allowed to do any of that. There was a girl that partaked in partying, and we kind of knew it. She lasted almost, and she got fired. She was actually one of the trainers. So that was kind of, yeah. So to say that, the big C word, as in cocaine, did it exist? Yeah. I mean, not with us girls. We didn't take that. We didn't take steroids. We weren't on steroids. Matt would just put us through the ringer. We got to train at the gym. I was at Eiferman's gym twice a day. That was the first time I met Hulk Hogan, Terry. Ooh. And he realized we were the same character. I go, "You're like me." And he goes, "No, you're like me." So that was funny. I have plenty of those stories. So yeah, that was, we'd have to work out, buffet. Oh, we lived and eat. Oh, God, the Riviera buffet, I could only tell you, wasn't the best of food after a while. The first and second season girls got to stay at the Riviera. But we were in apartments. So the third and fourth season got, I would say, special treatment because we had a better living. And plus we got to go on tour. We toured the States. We flew into Georgia and started a Midwest tour. And we were 36 girls of us on a tour bus, to where the first and second season didn't get that. So, and there was four girls that stayed from the first and second. The rest left with David McLean. So, yeah, we are the new girls.
Okay. Wow, that's cool. You guys said that your trainer was like really strict, unlike the cocaine addict that they had heading the other show, and because like he wouldn't
Yeah,
let you
it's
guys.
as far as the Netflix show, I give it much respects, and I am honored and I'm thankful that the show is about us. All of us Glow Girls, I think, share the same thought as I do, that it's sad that we weren't in it. It's sad that we didn't have cameos because it's about us, and people are asking, why weren't you in it? That's because one girl, kind of taken the script and sold it to Netflix. Not mentioning the girl's name, I have in the past, whatever. She's not well liked by us, obviously, because again, she sold all of us Glow Girls out for this story on Netflix. That's why it's not accurate, because it isn't. If we were in it, think about it, it would be very close and she would have our stories in it. But it's not at all like that. So the characters that you see in Netflix, Karen, is, I would say, 3 girls meshed in one, or 4 girls at times. Very cleverly done. Different names, of course, different character names. And the similarities, you don't see as much. Like, we can pinpoint a few and say, oh, yeah, that's Mountain Fiji for
Right,
sure.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's the Russian,
So,
right?
yeah. Yeah.
What about your character? What is yours, Sunny? Who is she on Glow most resembles on the
On
Netflix
the
show?
Netflix, I would have to say Betty Gilpin, the blonde, Betty Gilpin, indeed. She had a baby. She had a child. I had a child in Glow.
Okay.
My child was in Glow 5 years old. So she was on the sidelines watching the wrestling matches. And she was on Anushka's side. She wasn't on my side when I would come out to wrestle. My opponent, she loved her. I was like, really? We ended up going to Disneyland and we had a great time. Shh. Yeah. Me and Anushka, I think it was Bonnie Caffarella, Christy Smith, who played Evangelina. We all went to Disneyland. And Jennifer was hanging on Anushka. She's like, forget you, Mom. I was nothing. I was like, darn. Nanushka, I love. And to me, Nanushka was one of the best wrestlers throughout Glow. The best technical. She trained us girls, Nanushka and Debbie Debutante, which is
Okay.
Anne Labrie. Yeah, that was our trainers.
Did they have previous experience before this?
Well, yeah, they were in Glow. The first time they were trained by Mondo Guerrero. So the first and second season, which was Anne Labrie and Nanushka, carried over to third and fourth season. They were our trainers.
Okay.
So, and they were trained by Mondo. So you can't go wrong there. The Guerrero family.
Nice.
And I hope that answers your question, Karen. Yeah.
Now, after Glow went off the air, you were involved in another females wrestling called Battling Beauties.
Yes.
Tell us about that. And the ending is kind of interesting.
Oh, gosh. Well, the ending is only the beginning in my life. Of course. Battling Beauties was pro wrestling meets oil. It was a small ring that Benny Diamond in Glow was his last name, but it was Espinoza. They're calling. Give me 1 minute. Let me. Sorry, 1 second, everybody. But this might be very important. Hello.
Okay, yeah. She's taking an important call. She's over in California. She's got a lot of things happening with her. She's got a book coming out and movie coming out based on her because she's got a fantastic life. We're just getting into like a little tip of Sunny and or Patricia and what she's all about. Oh, she's back.
I'm back.
She's back. Yay.
I'm back.
Telling them we're just getting to a tip of what,
So, yeah, where were we? What were we talking about? See?
We're talking about Battling Beauties, and they added oil and.
Oh, that's fun stuff. Yeah. So Benny Diamond, who is Benny Espinoza, who has Big Valley Wrestling in Las Vegas. Okay. Mm-hmm. Which is really cool. And I'm so happy to be friends with him to this day. He was our referee in Glow, by the way. He was one of the most, I'd say, amazing high flyers in Mexico. He's really a great wrestler and just an overall good person. So, and also talented because he owned a dance studio and then he built my wrestling ring. I mean, who does that? So he did the wrestling ring, and I was at the Kona Hotel And this is where I starred, headlined, come see Sunny Summerland. And I had blonde crimped hair wearing Raquel Welch's outfit from 1000 years BC. Now that was cool. Going full circle because I love Raquel Welch. I mean, who doesn't? That's my mentor. That's my true mentor. And I was blessed to see her when I was little, naked in Playboy by accident. So I wanted to grow up and be her and look like her, and not knowing that I ended up doing Playboy as well. So it's so crazy when you think of things, how life transpires. But Battling Beauties was fun. I came out in a white tux, a thong tux. Those were the good old days. Well, what a body. I worked hard for that one. And a white bikini top, but the tux just covered some of the thong. So it was cleverly done, very classy, by the way. It wasn't oil wrestling. It was pro wrestling in watered down oil that someone would spray slightly, and you got to get in and pro wrestle. Now, how hard is that to grab someone with that slippery, sleek? Oh my God. But we did it. But I came out in my white tux to California Girls. That was fun. And I came out and sang the whole song throughout the audience, entered in the ring, and I won. This was my winning time. Yay. So I trained the girls. I know. Oh, I trained the girls. Let's see, there was 6 or 8 girls. And at the end, they all come in and try and attack me, you know, and I'm throwing them out left and right out of the ring. And that was the hip hurrah of the show. But the show was great. The girls were great. I can't even remember their names, but one of them came in on a Harley. She would enter because, you know, Hollywood, you got to bring Hollywood into Vegas. So the show was very live, but raw, if you will. I mean, these girls didn't mess around. I think I even had little Fiji from Glow that was there. Yeah, that wrestled a few times. Yeah.
Karen is asking, was there any pressure to have a particular physical appearance while doing the shows?
No. The good thing, again, that's a very good question, because with Glow, we had all different sizes, shapes of women. So Mountain Fiji, I think was, I don't know how much she weighed, but she was probably about 500 pounds. Big Bad Mama was 480 pounds, you know, give or take. It didn't matter because they were very large women.
Right.
So naturally, no. Beastie, I was also thick. I wrestled Beastie a lot. The restrictions weren't as strict as like WWE. You got to be the perfect cookie cut figure. You know, that was the amazing thing with Glow, because we were all different sizes, shapes, and colors. Myself, I was there at 125 pounds at 5'10". He made me gain to 140. So that tells you there was that aspect, just so I wouldn't get killed in the ring. But yeah, so we had to maintain certain things. Yeah, they had to maintain their weight of staying at that weight. Beastie couldn't go down to 120, you know, and plus she probably never was, because that's her. That's her, the way she came there and the way she's been, you know, the characters there wasn't too many drastic changes in the characters. They were what they were.
Well, that's good. That's good. So that makes things a bit easier, a bit more relaxed for people. Something less you have to worry about, because like, oh my gosh, right. I ate a cake, freak out.
Oh, I know. Yeah, no, that was the fun things. I mean, we could pretty much, and then obviously I could, because I had to bulk up, so I got to eat a lot of stuff, you know, and I still do. It's my, like we were talking about earlier, ice cream. Shame on me. Terrible.
I know, being stuck here in COVID, you know, ice cream's kind of one of my best friends. I don't want it, but it's just right there. And, you know, when you sit down to watch a movie or something, you just need some company.
I think they need to create a COVID ice cream. What do you think? I think I would be on it. Where's that green little sucker in there? Yum. Let me eat it. And we don't need a mask.
Right? That's true. Also, you have graced the cover of Playboy. Tell us how that started up.
Let's see. Well, It's funny. I was hanging out. In fact, I'll even tell this, which I did on the last one. I was hanging out with another glow girl. We were roommates, and that was Tiffany Mellon, Roxy Astor's tag team. And we actually lived together for a while. This was after her porn, her big porn star
Movie. Right.
Career, because she was, and she was famous for being Tiffany Mellon. She took the name and became Mellon. And we were really good friends. And she said one day to me, this was probably 1996, 95, 96, if I wanted to go to a Kiss concert. And I'm like, what? I don't know. Let me hear their music, because I wasn't raised with Kiss. My parents wouldn't let me listen to them. It kind of scared me when anybody that had makeup on like that scared me. So sure enough, I ended up going with her, and I met Gene Simmons. That was the first time. So I think it was 1995, actually, was the first time. And the way I came off to him, he loved me because I didn't care who he was. Because again, I was born and raised in Los Angeles, Hollywood, and I dated quite a few big celebrities, if you will, which there is a video out called The Sex Lives of the Rich and Famous. I talk about dating a couple of these guys and our relationship and stuff. So I wasn't jaded because I was wasn't jaded is funny, but in a way I was, because I was already in that world. But when I met him, I'm like, I don't care. Who are you? And he's larger than life, mind you. The guy's big, so tall, right? I'm looking up to him. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah. He goes, well, what'd you think of the concert? And I'm like, yeah, it was okay. It was good. Okay. Anyway, long story short, we hit it off. I started going to all their concerts. I fell in love with them, with Gene and Paul and Peter and Ace. And I loved, their music eventually, and went to the concerts. And one day he called me, he said, we're thinking about doing Playboy. I said, what do you mean? You can't do Playboy. I said, he goes, no, I'm asked to be on the cover. He said, oh, cool. He goes, what do you think about casting it for me? Have you ever posed for it? I said, no, but gosh, I would love to. I would love to try. I don't know if I get in. So I went through the process, and obviously I got in Playboy, but I also casted the issue. There was probably 300 and some playmates, that came in to try out for the Kiss. They've already been in Playboy. So we have in this issue a lot of playmates, beautiful girls. Of course, I had my friends in there. Come on in. You got to get in this issue with me, because I'm nervous as hell if I've got to pose nude. Now, my father has passed on. So by that time, I'm like, I could do this, right? Because my mom wasn't too happy at all. And my dad wouldn't have wanted me to pose, because I was raised very strict, very sheltered, because they weren't my actual parents. But that goes into the book as well. So that was crazy. What a shoot. I can only tell you, to even sitting next to Tommy Thayer, who is Ace Frehley now in the band Kiss, we're sitting there together, and all these girls are coming in naked. And I'm like, okay, cool. I go, can you turn this way? Can you, and Tommy's like, yeah, what do you think? What do you think about her, Trish? And I'm like, yeah, great. Put her through, right? And he goes, no, do you think she'd be a good Ace or Peter or Paul? I'm like, oh God, okay. Come back in here. I got to look at your face again. Because they analyze the face to give him the character in the book as well, with the face paint of Kiss. So, and I was I was Paul Stanley and Ace Frehley. My girlfriend, Jen, I think was she Peter Criss? Yeah, she was Peter Criss, and Jill was, what did she get? I think she got Peter Criss as well. Or no, Gene Simmons. She got Gene Simmons. Yeah. Because her face was round.
And hold on, which one are you on the cover? Because you played two people, right?
I got to on the cover. Now I'm not on the cover. I'm in the centerfold, and I'm in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. Yeah, those on the cover are playmates. Great. But I'm inside. Now, the reason why I got to be Ace Frehley, because everyone had just one.
Right.
either they're Paul, Peter. But the girl that was supposed to be in that shoot as Ace Frehley called out sick or had an emergency. So they asked me if I would want to. And I said, sure. So I got to be both characters, both face paints. And that was a quick turnaround to take off the makeup. The artists were great. I mean, it was their artist, the Kiss artist, right. Spiro Agnew. I think Spiro, am I saying it right? Anyway, he did their makeup. Spiro was his name. I don't know if it was Agnew. He did the Kiss makeup back then. So, and it was in 1999 when I posed for it. It was in March. So we actually shot, now it came out in March 1999, but we did the video and stuff in December 1998. And so, yeah, it's been some time, but it was an amazing, fun set. And we shot in Boston. We did the Playboy video in Boston. And then we went to, and that was a live concert, by the way, their Psycho Circus concert. Right. So, yeah, and you'll see that in Playboy. There's the pictures of us standing in the concert. And we were topless when they were filming. We weren't completely nude, but we had bodyguards all around us, so we were fine, obviously. But you talk about so weird to go out in front of millions of people watching the concert, and here we are, and they introduced us coming out, and Billy White was filming us for the video from Playboy. So, yeah, that was so cool. Wow. But I got to be on tour with them. That was here in Riverside. In San Bernardino. I got to play on Peter Criss's drums. And he was mad that I was on his drum. He came out of the trailer yelling, and Gene sent him back to his trailer like a puppy dog. He goes, go, because he was yelling at me. What? She's on my drums. Get her off my drums. And I was going up in the air because they raised the platform. And I'm sitting there playing because Gene asked me to. So, of course, I'm going, okay, I don't know how to play drums, but sure. He goes, I want to hear the sound, because they were testing everything. And oh, my God, Peter Criss turns around and he walks back like a puppy dog. And that's when you knew Gene Simmons was a shot caller. He was like, this is the money man right here. But, yeah, a great guy, very intelligent, much respects. The man is a mastermind. And also he loves comic books.
Yes.
And I'm also in his history book. Don't forget to check out his history, his personal history book, because they sell their history books. It's yay long, like that's. It's amazing, full of good things. And he put a whole story on Umwa in it. I was like, thank you.
That's nice. Also, speaking of comic books, Kiss actually teamed up with Archie Comics, and they did Kiss and teams up with Archie, a 4-issue series.
Right. Yes. And they did a movie. My daughter's in the movie, the last movie. And my ex, Barry Levine, who used to manage Kiss, did the movie. We broke up, but I was still friends with him and stuff. And so I got my daughter Jennifer in the movie, in the opening of it. And what is it called? Not the Destroyer, where the kids go and they see the concert. We have to look it up because I forgot. But you'll see my daughter Jennifer in the opening. And that was a great movie. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, but Gene Simmons, he loves comic books. He's creating so many things right now, which I know. And he just bought the soda thing. Was it last year? Have you tried his sodas? The Kiss soda?
No.
Yeah, pretty good.
I'm not sure if they have that here in Canada yet, but that's interesting that he's a comic book junkie.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And he's straight. When I mean straight, out of all the rock stars, he doesn't do drugs. He never touched alcohol. He loves chocolate cake. He would bring chocolate cake to myself and my daughter's house when she was little for her birthday, and do magic tricks with his tongue, blowing up balloons, because that's how close we were. People were amazed when Gene would come visit me. They're like, what? Was that Gene Simmons? Just I'm like, yes. And he would have to escape sometimes, leaving my place. One time he was in his Range Rover, and I had a low garage, and he backed up so fast he didn't pull out right, and it ripped off his top, and he just kept going because the fans were like, Gene, and I'm like, there he goes. It was funny.
The fans want to go back to wrestling. Wayne Palmer asks, what is the funniest or craziest audience experience during tapings? And do you know what happened to those tapings?
Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, I believe Matt Simber still has the original digitized footage. Yep. It's being held for hopefully something good, Wayne. Praying that I do know that there was some interest by WWE and to take our footage, which would be amazing. But
Right.
a certain person that has the merchandising rights is holding on and saying no. Same girl that created the Netflix thing, we're just saying. And why she
That
had
sounds
that.
that sounds so hillbilly-ish. Um,
Right. Exactly. Tumbles with the pigs. Yes,
yeah.
this is true. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that would be really cool. But at least you're honored in the Cauliflower Alley Club, which is great to hear.
Yes. Yes. In 2017, we were honored at the Cauliflower Alley Club. Thank you, Brian Blair. Thank you, Carl Laura. Thank you, Morgan. Everyone. Mwah, mwah. It was so much fun. And just to break the ground ceiling was incredible to, as a group of women, to be honored. So yes, we did it. And of course, I wouldn't let up. And then our fans, of course, thank you, fans, for voting us in, wrestling partners, all sorts of people that voted us. Yeah, we're very thankful. I have my award over there.
Nice.
See?
And you have a glow
Yes.
belt.
And also,
You have a glow belt there, but you guys never had
my
belts. You
glow
had
belt.
crowns.
We did. We just had crown. That's right. And the heels always have the crown. But I got this belt because of all the work I put in at the CAC for us. I took off 7 months to try to get us honored and to get all the girls together, which was impossible. There was, 80 girls. No, well, a lot of them passed on. So let's go with 65 at this point. And I think, how many girls did I get to the CAC? 25, I want to say. That was it.
Still a good turnout.
Yeah, it was tough. It's tough. A lot of them don't want to be involved in Glow. A lot of them left Glow. And in fact, Vine, I think, is in Canada.
Oh, really?
Hollywood. Vine left right after and never, don't hear from her. No, can't find a lot of girls. And like I said, we've lost a lot of girls. Yeah.
Well, speaking of
So,
CAC,
yeah.
I went to CAC once, and I met Lisa Moretti. She played
Yes.
Tina Ferrari. Now, at that
Yes.
time, I noticed her on, like, I watched her on the WWE. I was a big fan. And I kind of went to CAC the first time. So I was walking around, I was looking at people, and okay, that's so-and-so. So I went and had a picture. But her, she sidelined me, like she blindsided me. I didn't know she was there, right? I turned around, and then I was like, I, uh, hi, I'm just a fan. And she's like, oh, don't say that. You're not just a fan. I mean, like, I just didn't know she was there. If I did, I would have prepared, like, yeah, hi, fan of your work. But it was the first time I was like totally dumbstricken. It was amazing. She's a sweet lady.
Yeah, very, very. So she was Tina Ferrari in Glow, and then she went on to be Ivory in WWE after Glow was over. Yeah. Yeah, she is. We went on a cruise together, our Afterglow cruise. Speaking of, a shout out, because Wayne's on, and we didn't get to go on the cruise. It was sad this past April because of the COVID, but this would have been our 4th Afterglow cruise with our fans. Yeah. So it would have been so much fun, but we're going to do it again. We're going to bring it back. But there was Tina Ferrari, Ashley on one cruise, Hollywood, Lightning, myself, Dallas, Angel, and our friends who we call family now, because you're on there close and personal on these cruises, and you leave being the best of friends.
What happens on these Glow themed cruises? You don't actually wrestle. You go out there. Do you have any shows or
No, you can't do that on cruises. There's not enough insurance to make that work out for the cruise. It would be the cruise. Norwegian Cruise Line wouldn't want that liability. Plus the fact to the other people on the cruise, because there's our small group, and then there's 3,000 on the cruise. You have a group of like 100 people in our group. So yeah, that would be at risk. That would be fun to do, but we do things like the fan party hot seat, which is the afterglow fan party hearts. If Roxy's on, I wish she was, but Roxy's the one that created the afterglow fan party hot seat. Shout out to my bestie. And I love her. And she's great. Yep. Roxy Astor. Love you, girl. She's created this. And this, again, is her baby with the Afterglow cruises as well. And there's more to come. I'm just saying. So be prepared with Afterglow, because we're Afterglow and we keep on glowing.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited about things to come.
A second part of Wayne's question was audience experience. Like, was there a time an audience were like so bizarre that it's so memorable for you performers?
It was great that there was audience participation. They wanted to be in our live tapings. They would act out on the front lines there in their seats and want to participate. We would get thrown into them and they would go for it. And yeah, oh yeah, yay, we've got Sunny in our lap, or we've got Hollywood, or Babe the Farmer's Daughter, or Sally the Farmer's Daughter. Oh, they loved it. I don't think we didn't have really too many crazy things. I think we had one guy that was drunk, that was a little obnoxious, grabbing us and stuff in the live taping, where our security came and drug him out. But for the most part, we had a great family, values scenario in there. There was nice families, mom and dad and children that would come to our tapings. And there was like 300 and 350, and those children now are grown up that remember watching us back then, that know us now. That's what's trippy. And they love us. And like I said, we've changed lives. On my last interview, we hear some of the stories now full circle, like what we did for them, which we had no knowledge of back then. I'm waving to my daughter. She just came in. Hi. Oh, no. Oh, they're going to, no. Bandit. Oh, there's Bandit. What is he? The puppy. There's my puppy. Hi, Bandit. Big puppy.
Adorable. Yeah.
He wants to be famous too.
There's just 5 seconds of fame. That's awesome.
Right.
Karen asks, do you follow women in today's professional wrestling? The matches seem to rival some of the men's matches today.
Right. The women's just came to full circle, and I love it. They're doing a fantastic job now. They're selling more, and they're more storyline based and more hippie women. Nia Jax, for one, right? Great. I love her. Of course, everyone knows Natalia is my favorite, Okay. And I was so glad that she got the acknowledgement, and it's about darn time. But I think everyone is really good now in WWE. I do believe some of the other girls in the indies are awesome, and they don't get their credit. The indie wrestlers are fantastic,
for sure.
And they should shine more as well. And unfortunately, they don't get their moment. I think that they came full circle in the acknowledgement. Vince McMahon has put them up. Do they make the same money? No, not yet. No.
That's a shame, because when I watch the product, I actually look to see for Charlotte Flair and a lot of the female wrestlers. I'm enjoying their storylines a lot more than the guys. I really am.
Yes. Yeah. Charlotte Flair is also another good one, another good wrestler. And Teal Piper, she's with WoW. She's also good. I like her. I think she's a sweetheart. She's a doll. It's came full circle, and I hope it continues and gets the just rights they deserve as females in the business. Like it's improving. When I was critiquing SmackDown, oh gosh, with Rick Drayson after Buzz TV, I had to critique it every Friday. So to watch the matches over and over, and this was, what did I do? After Buzz was probably like 5 years ago. So, it got a little bit boring. So I couldn't do it anymore. I'm like, and either Rick Drayson couldn't either. He's like, I can't do it. I'm like, well, we got to watch it again. So we had to critique the matches, and that's even changed. They must have listened, because Rick Drayson is also an old school wrestler. He was also the equalizer at the Olympic Auditorium and wrestled some of the best there is too. So to be next to him was an honor. But not only that, to watch the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s, and myself, the 80s, on that screen was incredible. And then you put the WWE on, you're like, oh, wow, it'll never be the same. It's never going to be that. It's never going to be the Bruno Sammartinos, or the Freddie Blassies. And that's what I love. I'm an old school girl. So it's really hard for me to stomach. And I'm not meaning this a bad way, because they're all great athletes, to watch it today, the new stuff. I do like Japan wrestling. I think those guys are amazing. They're crazy. They're larger than life. Japan wrestling pulls off the most extreme. So I love that, because I like the UFC stuff. I like the real as it gets stuff. I like the boxing. That's me. Those are my sports. But the women are kicking butt now, indeed. And I'm very proud of them. They're getting the recognition, and I love the Bellas. A lot of people put them down and say, no, they really paved the way as well, those two. And I'm very proud of those two women. They're smart business women, they're good. Natalia, keep on doing your work, because she's a sweetheart. Canadian. Oh, gotta go.
That's right. That's right. Well, always proud of that. And then Natty, we like our Canadian people.
Yes.
That's
and
cool.
She likes kitty cats. She's got the cutest cat.
Right? That's why she's got all the little cat ears all the time.
Yes.
That's amazing. You think that you said the product's a lot different. Do you think it could be because of lack of kayfabe now?
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just, when I was watching the SmackDown, they weren't selling enough. It was just boom, boom, boom. It just went so fast. Great moves, but too fast. They weren't selling it. That's what you got to do. That's what they love to see. That's what I want to see. That when I was 5 years old, sitting watching the wrestlers in the ring at the Olympic Auditorium, that's what made me go, oh my God, Daddy, he's bleeding. Hence the razor blade, but they made it look real. That's what it's got to be. Glow, when we were in the ring, it looked pretty real. When Beastie bit my ear off and I'm showing everyone the ear, they thought she really bit my ear off. He's got to play it. Yeah, it was a great match, by the way. Yeah, she gnawed on my ear. She held a plastic ear and showed everybody. It looked like a real. And I come out with the bandages pasted so they couldn't tell. And there was like blood still. It was great.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was a great match. I love that one. Yeah. So you got to make it believable. You have to sell. You got to make the moves, the isometrics. The pain, the muscles. Like you're really, the tension's there. You've got to have all that, and that's what makes it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I'm not sure who Wayne is, but I already like him. He says invite Dr. Stevil to CAC.
Yes. Oh, I was ahead of you, Wayne. What did I do, Dr. Stevil? I did.
I was invited for this year, but because of this COVID thing, things are kind of dodgy.
That's what we're all saying.
I look forward to returning, because when I first went, I wasn't too much involved in the wrestling industry, just a photographer for Extreme Canadian Championship Wrestling out in Vancouver. But over here, since then, I'm a videographer for Crossfire Wrestling, and I've also did some managing for something called Classic Champ. And of course, I took over the company, so hence the Stevil thing. Became a heel manager / so. And selling is what I freaking did. It was amazing. One of my best parts of selling is like me and my guy were going up against this guy. I was still new at it, and he's going to jump off the turnbuckle onto us. It's like, no, I don't want to do it. My guy took most of the impact, so I was lying there. I'm just like, oh, I was overdoing it. And there was a kid. He was there's a special person there. He was he was like sitting there all concerned about me. He goes, you okay? You okay? I'm just lying there because like I don't have to do anything else for the rest of the match. I'm good, right? And next thing I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna start mouth to mouth on this guy. Like, suddenly it's like I start crawling away. I'm fine. Please, you're not gonna kiss me.
Yeah, and that's good sell. You know, you gotta make it look believable, and the fans love it. That's what they identify with, and with us, our characters, they identify with our characters so much that
For
we're
sure.
their superheroes. You know what I mean? The good or bad, and but yeah, Wayne, your answer, CAC, definitely. I hope we go. I hope it's going to happen. And everyone who's watching, go to the caulifloweralleyclub.org. Sign up. It's a great time. And come and see your favorite wrestlers. Come hang out. It's like a family. So I would suggest that. Brian Blair does a great job, and everyone who works on the board, amazing. I love them all. And it is my family. I look forward to seeing them each and every year. And that's what we all do, you know? And then also the Destroyer Golf.
Destroyer Golf.
Please attend that. That's in Buffalo, New York. Oh, what a great museum. Check it out. Ask Kurt Beyer and Rick Lieb. They'll tell you. Got to go. That's another family fun time. Kids can go, pack up the car if you're close, fly out, whatever. We did last year, and I had a blast. It was great.
Well, it's just like about an hour away from here, but we got to wait till the borders open and head over to Buffalo. That sounds like a
That's
plan.
right. Yes. Yeah. So we took a tour, right, Wayne? We went to Niagara Falls. We went all around that area. It was beautiful. I saw you were there too, and there was no
tourists.
Nobody
it was
around.
awesome. Yes.
Yeah, it was freedom. We took the boat tour underneath the mist.
That's
got
nice.
Totally wet. There's a lot of those pictures on my Facebook. We have a lot. It was so much fun. And then we went to Buffalo. Was it Elio De Palo's restaurant, the wrestling, big fan. That's where the Destroyer would go all the time. So we went there and had dinner. It was so much fun. Yeah, I suggest that as well. But come out in September 21st, the CAC.
We'll see what we can do. It depends on the restrictions.
This COVID, take a hike, Gosh, we wanted to
I'm not sure what's going to happen to us. If we go to the States, like let's say for a weekend, are we going to have to be in quarantine for 2 weeks? I don't know.
By September, I don't know either. That's a good question. But you'd have to ask at your end on that side, because I know some people are traveling. The ban is still up, right? Or lifted on Brazil. Is it Brazil, I think?
I'm not sure. I haven't followed that yet.
Yeah. Trump closed that because there was a high risk. So I don't know on the flights. But my friends are flying right now. I don't know how they're doing it with masks. That'd be horrible. Because it's already hard to breathe on the dang plane, right? I'm sitting there with the air. Give me the air. Oh, God. To sit there with a mask? That's horrendous. Who wants to do that?
On the plus side, you're not sitting next to somebody that's taking up all the room. So that's a good thing.
That part's true. Yeah, they're putting a space in between, right? But on the sidelines, is there next to the window, let's say the smaller jets with the two, what are they doing there? Are they seating still, or is there just one empty?
I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, I don't know either, because that would be too close for comfort. Unless it was somebody, my companion, obviously, but you don't want to sit next to a stranger. So they're probably spacing out the planes dramatically, and they're going to lose money because they're losing seats, seats, just like wrestling.
Right. Exactly.
That in. Yeah. Same thing there. It's going to be different. Yeah. That'll be interesting to see as well. How they're going to do the wrestling matches at the CAC this year. Are we going to be spaced out? I'm sure it's all going to change. The banquet seatings, the tables, probably less people. Yeah. It's going to be crazy.
We'll be yelling at each other.
You get the giant mini me a lot, right?
The giant mini me.
Yeah. Besides Dr. Evil. Yeah. The little.
Yeah. They had a couple of people that are just bullies that go, "Oh, hey, mini me," and I'm like,
yeah.
But yeah, but I was lucky enough to meet Vern Troyer. He literally is 1/8 a human height. I mean, but he's an amazing person. Many people have heard my story, but you've got a good story with Vern Troyer.
He's a little flirt, is what he is. He likes going between women's legs. At the Playboy Mansion, I was doing, he actually, because I'm tall again, I'm 5'10", so he actually ran through my legs and came back around and turned around and stopped. I'm like, what are you doing? And he goes like this and reaches up, and he did this cute face. Oh my God. I was like, I think everybody cracked up. I about died. I said, you better move. Because I go, his legs are going to go, squeeze. I go, don't forget I'm a wrestler, and I'll squeeze your little head. And he's like, oh no. And he takes off like this running. And Dawn, we were talking on social media. This was probably a month, maybe 2 months before his passing. And he was talking about his boat. He goes, you're going to come in my boat? I'm like, what? What? Where's your boat? And he sent me pictures with him in his little boat. And he had the cutest little boat. And he's sitting in it. And it's going around his damn pool. He was in his pool in the backyard. Oh, I cracked up. Oh my God. Oh, he's so funny. He was so, it's very sad. That's another one that, hits home. He's a good person, and such a tragedy.
Yeah. I've met him about 3 different occasions, and he genuinely liked me. I mean, my character is Dr. Evil. I showed him a lot of respect for, him being who he is. I didn't force him to say anything or anything. That came out naturally because, when I first met him, I told him I'd do an interview with him, but I'd have to do it in my Dr. Evil voice, because he first told me, like, can you talk in your regular voice? Because he didn't want me talking like, Mike Myers or anything like that, because it kind of freaked him out. But during the interview, it was kind of cool. I kind of messed up one of the finger quotes. He goes, you're doing that wrong. What do you mean? It's like this. So I actually got to do finger quotes with Vern Troyer in a video, like Dutch bastard. And
wow.
So and then at the end, he just started laughing, the evil laugh. And it's like, I don't do that.
Yeah. Oh. Did you get pictures with either one of them? Yeah.
I totally got pictures with Vern. I got plenty. I met him a couple more times, and he remembered me, and it was really good. Yeah. And it hit me hard as well when I found out that he was gone, because he's like that suitcase in that movie A Pulp Fiction, where you open it up and it's just like this big glow of happiness. That's the only way I can define Vern.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best, in fact. Oh, yeah, indeed. Well, he's up there looking down on us, probably laughing. He's having a blast, I'm sure, up there,
So that's what it looks like from this angle.
Right? Cool. Exactly. Yeah, now he's up high. Yeah, he's up there. He's the big man now in the sky. Absolutely. Yeah, that's incredible. And I'm glad you do that and you continue it on, and you do it well, by the way. I always do shag me rotten. I do that. Yeah.
Right.
That's the other girl. That was the other one I used to get that looked like, what's her name?
Felicity Shagwell, or the other one?
The brunette, of course. Yeah. The main actress. I forgot her name.
Miss Kensington.
Yeah. Right. She was married to Hugh Grant.
Right.
I can't think of her name. It's terrible.
Karen will come up with the name. The one who played Miss Kensington in the original Austin Powers. We all know that. We all know it's on the tip of our tongue.
Yeah, I can't think of it. My goodness. But yeah, shag me. That's great. Wonderful.
Behave. How about now? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta get my mojo on. Elizabeth Hurley. Thank you, Karen. Elizabeth Hurley.
Thank you. That's it. Elizabeth Hurley. Thank you, Karen, so much. Yeah, I couldn't think of it. Oh, terrible. But yeah,
Karen, besides your radio show, sorry, Karen's asking, besides your radio show, what else are you up to today?
Well, my book is in the works. The working title for now is called Beautiful Ashes. And it's my autobiography, and it'll be turned into a 3-part movie.
3-part movie?
Yes. It was a lot there. We're lucky to get it in 3 parts. I don't know how we're going to do that, but yeah. So it starts from the time I was born, unfortunately, because I was just born, but that's where the whole tailspin spin starts to now. So yeah, there's so much in between. we're doing that with Jamie Ingle. If she's around, Jamie, shout out. Hi. She's amazing. She, let me get if I have my phone, I can tell you where to look her up. She's got great children's books. I think I left it in there. Jamie Ingle. If you look her up on Facebook, she creates children's stories, and these kids are larger than life. So she turns them into heroes, which is amazing. I love that. And she's also did autobiographies and things like that. And she happens to be my previous author, I will say, Scott Stevens, his best friend. They're very close. They both live in Florida. So there is no love lost there. Shout out to Scott Stevens. He's also still going to participate in my book. I must have them there. But we want the feminine feeling, because if you read a book, they pointed out to me, you can tell almost if it has a masculine or if it has a feminine sense to the book. And since I'm female and I'm telling my personal story as a female, we wanted to bring in the female essence. So Jamie Ingle is going to be perfect. And I love her already. I'm super excited to work with her. We've got to do the proposal and everything and get that going. And I'm up to 80 bullet points right now. And it's probably going to be 400. So it's a lot to do. Yeah. So, but we're starting our interviews and things tomorrow. So we're going to be moving forward. The movie and stuff, I don't know when that will take place, because the book is going to come out first. And then she's going to do my screenplay. She'll team up with us that's going to do my screenplay. And she's also written a script for Dwayne Johnson and did quite well, I understand. However, he never got it. It's a long story, but she's brilliant. Brilliant. I'm really excited to work with her.
Well, this being said, this becomes a movie. Who would be your choice to play you in your own movie?
Oh gosh, I would probably go with someone that isn't well known. I want to give someone a chance to have their chance in fame. So a girl that I would see fit. There would have to be a couple, actually, because we got to go through the glow days. Right. So that would be someone blonde, obviously, as in the musical, Afterglow musical we did, by the way. I had a Sunny in that. She was pretty good. She was good. But someone close, I don't know yet. We'll have to see. Yeah, I want a great cast, and I want to give everyone an ample opportunity, because I believe in that, and to help, maybe this girl had a difficult life and was bullied. I want to bring her in to change her life with this movie in the hiring. So yeah, I want to have creative process in the hiring, most definitely, because that's my heart, and also, I want to do the proceeds, some of it to cancer, since I lost my father to cancer. Both my fathers. The other one I didn't know well, but my father who raised me was no blood relation. He was the best father. And he's responsible for me to get in wrestling. And he never got to see me wrestle. So he passed away nearing the end of Glow without knowing that Glow was going to end. Matt came to pull me out of the ring and said that my dad was much worse, to speak to my mom, because I was in denial with him, because he was always tough. And I thought, my dad's going to be okay. And sure enough, obviously he wasn't. So I left that day, went to Long Beach, longest 5 days, while watching him, fade with the cancer, fighting the cancer he had. He had a spot in his lung. So he died within the 5 days. And I told him, I go, Daddy, I wrestled. And I was over him and I said, I love you. And he goes, you know what? He goes, I'm so proud of you. I know you did good, honey. And that's all. It's all I wanted to hear, because from the beginning, I wasn't a Glow fan. I didn't watch Glow, never watched Glow, like some of the girls. Some of the girls that tried out for Glow knew of Glow. I didn't. I was the old school, watching old matches with my dad. So for him to say that meant the world when he passed away. And of course, that's in the comic book. There's different parts of that in the comic book. And also my brother, suicide in 1985. My brother was probably, we don't know up until that, but through his time, he was bullied a lot. And I fought a lot because of that. I beat up all his bullies. My brother was, Yeah, my brother was 4 years older than I was, and I loved my brother. He had a hip displacement issue, and then he had a car accident. So his leg was out like this, and he didn't fit the normal look. But he was as sharp as, oh my God, my brother was a genius and studied to be a psychiatrist and a preacher. So he did the evangelism around the world. We, go and preach and stuff. And he went to John Brown University to become a shrink. And he had hung himself in the church cathedral there in the basement. Yeah. So that was about my first big shock and loss before Glow. And then during Glow was my father. So, both of my men that I looked up to were gone. So after Glow, I had a tough ride after that. And I just kind of rebelled. God knows what I did. And all that will be in the book. So you guys will have a lot to read. And yes, everything is true. Believe it or not, I have everything documented. I have papers that back up everything. I've saved every piece of paperwork. And that's part of the reason why I saved the paperwork is because of my mother, my biological mother, which is also a big part in this book, was she never had a paper trail. So you couldn't find my mother. She's just kind of vanished, but I did. I found her eventually, but no paper trail. How about that one? I have a social security card that doesn't register to her. It's like, whew, that's the government stuff. Mm-hmm. Right. So that's a big part there. So for me, everything that I've had, it was given towards this case and my case in the past that will be in the book, I saved. So it's all documented. And I've gotten the okays from the original people that are still alive. The FBI on my case, they're all passed on, except for John Walsh, of course. Love John Walsh. What a superhero right there. Someone needs to do, I don't know, mini comic books on John Walsh. We need more of John Walsh. He's the true superhero to save, fight these criminals, find the criminals, fight them, because of his son, of what he went through. So that man was just amazing to meet. And I met some really good people, and to have people in my life that have helped and were there, not wanting or not knowing we're going to be in my life through my whole scenario of craziness. So that has happened. But and first of all, do you see the movie? Or before the movie, if you read the book, I don't want to hear the victim. I want to hear survivor. And that's what every woman out there, every man, every child should say. Because if you survive things in your life and you're able to move on and you share it and you still have love in your heart to give to other people and you care, you're a true survivor. You're not a victim. I hate that word. So I just want to say that don't feel sorry, because that's not what I want this to come out as. I don't want this story to be, I don't want pity. I don't want that type of it. This is for sharing. This is for acknowledgement and to know it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be naive. It's okay to be a woman in this society. And it's not okay for you to go past certain, lines, cross those lines, and to trust certain people. And that was my fault, is the trust. I was very naive. So it's going to help a lot of women, a lot of men that are going through it as well, especially in this day and age, the Me Too movement. This is going to really be, so it's a rush on getting it out there. I don't want it to be 10 years from now. Plus, I'm getting older. I'm not going to be able to move in another. Who knows? I'm going to be one of those wrestlers with the walker. I don't know. I hope not. I fake it till I make it and I keep going. But, I have knee injuries. I have neck injuries. I took a lot of body slams. Heck, it hurts. Every bit of that hurts. When they say it's fake, believe you me, get in the ring and tell me it's fake afterwards. Get in a match and then come out and say it. It's true.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I don't want to get into any details, but some of your movie and book is going to involve kidnapping, dealing with somebody wanted by the FBI. Wow. Yes. Are there going to be explosions as well?
Probably. Yes. There's going to be. It's going to be. I want it to be my story, real, factual, everything.
Yep.
And that's why I think Lifetime's going to be the best for it. Or, there may be a couple, wars, TV wars. Yeah, because there's some good station, Reels TV there's some good ones out there. So we'll see when we get to that point. But I'm just blessed to have Jamie Engel next to me and Scott Stevens, because they're both amazing. And you've got to catch their books. Scott Stevens has Deadly Roses out now. It's just a new one. I have Twister, On Ice. I've read them. So good. And I recommend them. They're awesome, and Jamie's got all these wonderful books, and she knows her stuff. She's a strong woman herself and has went through stuff. So us together, I think, is going to be a powerful team. Yeah.
We've got Chito Avila says, Sunny and Dr. Stevil, I just want to say hi, and I'm looking forward to Sunny's future projects. I can't wait to see you again.
Yes, Chito. I'm going to see you in September, I hope. You're going to come to the last, I think you were there last year. Yes, we saw you there last year at the Comic-Con. Let's pray and I hope that it doesn't cancel. So far, we're getting the okay. So that, I think, is September 13th. I want to say I will be appearing there, and I'll see you there, Cheeto, for sure. Stay safe in the meanwhile, and don't work too hard. And we got to do Disney again. We had a fun time at Disneyland. He's a great, great person. Wayne Disney, you heard that. Wayne's coming out for Disneyland.
Disney Wayne. He's asking about what upcoming female wrestler would you like to play you in the movie? Let's say it was coming out today. What would be
Oh, wow. Well, someone that would have to be tall. Otherwise, I'd love Natalia, because of course, but Natalia's still would be too old now. I hate to say it, but she's older. So I'd have to go with someone in their early 20s. Wow. I could, that's a tough call. Good one, Wayne. It's going to be a star search for sure, but I would say maybe even Till Piper. I like Till Piper. Yeah, could be. I don't know. We'll have to do a search, or maybe it'll be an indie wrestler. I think so. Could be an indie.
There's a lot of great indie wrestlers out there.
Yeah, there's some good ones. God, now you got me thinking already for that. I just want to get the movie, the book part first. We're going to get the book done, and then we'll start thinking on the movie. Because my brain is always deep. That's the problem. That's why I forget, because I get shoot, all these things. But yeah, if you have someone in mind, shoot it my way, Wayne, please. And you as well, Dr. Stevil, if you can think of someone. Because now you guys know me. I know Wayne does, and he knows my body composition. I want someone close. I don't want someone to go, that doesn't look like her. I want someone that's going to be close. So yeah. That's going to be fun. In fact,
I know a lot of great female wrestlers here, but sadly, most of them are small. They're short. So.
Okay. Yeah. We need someone. Since I'm 5'10", I haven't shrunk yet either. Maybe. I don't know.
Now,
they say that happens with age, but yeah. Good question.
Before we leave, we've been on for about an hour and a half. I don't mind going on more, because this is like fascinating. How does one get your comic book, and what's in your comic book?
Well, it's right here. Here's one. And there's one behind me, if you can tell. That's a different comic cover. But this is the main comic that you'll see, squared circle.
That's right.
Circle. Can you see there? There you go. And it's my comic book, and the one behind me here too. This is a different cover right here. See that one? It's got a little glare because it's got the plastic around, because this is mine, the plastic. And let's put that back. So anyway, you can get this on my site. Let me open this up, and it's got a big thank you from Squared Circle. I want to show you this because this is my brother there, Tommy, and my nephew that passed away. So it shines a light on veterans, which is near to my heart, men in uniform, men and women, in uniform, and first responders and everything. It's very important to me, but it gives my story short and sweet. And And here it gives all the acknowledgement. John Crother, Rich Parada. I should have brought the original art. I have his original art, by the way. A great artist. And I have that in binder. All the great pictures. So amazing. I was blessed to have those. He sent them to me. So I love it. But you can get this on Facebook. Just reach out to me. I have some here. I will sign them personally, like I sent one to you. And I also, include something in there, not saying what it is, just something special. But Inverse Press is who does this. So John Crowther, Rich Parada, we have so many. Kevin Laporte, Jessica Hines, Amy Rachel, Rando Dixon. That's who I always manage to forget. And he did one of my comics, the front covers, and Andrew Pate. Andrew Pate's another one who did a lot of the artwork. So great artist. But Rich Parada did the inside pages. Very colorful. Says a lot. You must get one. I also sell my Playboy, which is on all the social media platforms. You just reach out to me because I'm under Patricia Summerland. So you can find me anywhere. You can Google me and reach out to me and say, hey, I want a Playboy. And I sign every page I'm on. The band Kiss has their printed signatures. It's their original signatures, which is still worth the factual, by the way. Their signatures are worth a lot of money. And I also know the Playmates in there are also worth money. Just saying that when they retire on this last concert, it's going to go up. So you might want to get that book. Trust me. Some of the Playmates are selling theirs for $300. I understand. I don't want to be that person. And more power to them. It's their right, after all, right? And it's a great issue. It has great, here, let me get this. It has great articles. There we are. There's the book. It's pretty cool. There's Gene Simmons. And you see who's, what articles are right there at the side. It's got Beastie Boys, Lauryn Hill. I mean, this is the greatest rock issue, music issue for all you rock guys out there. And some really good articles. It's got interview with Drew Carey. They call him Horny Drew Carey. It's funny. Rudolph Giuliani. Imagine that. Irresistible Keith Olbermann. So, hey, some really good stuff. But yeah, you can find me on social media. I'll get you the books. You can always find me everywhere. Sunny's everywhere after all. You open the door, the sun's there, right? Sunny shines, as they say. Yeah, but I can be cloudy. This is the brunette side. Don't forget. That's the tough girl. That's like don't bully, be nice, love one another, all that kind of stuff. And if you challenge me, it's on, because I am very competitive. I love all sports and I'm competitive in sports. And everybody who knows me can attest to that. I go for it. I don't like to lose, but I'm not a sore loser. I don't like to lose. So, yeah.
Always a fighter. That's awesome.
Right? Yeah, gotta be.
Well, and you're a hell of a great example too, being a survivor and then sharing all that. And you could do that on your site. I've been to all the information is up here. We've got you on Glow Sunny Girl at Twitter.
Yes.
Correct?
Which I'm signed off now. For some reason, I just can't get into Twitter. Irritates me. I don't know why. So I'll go on here and there and say hi, and then I'll bounce back out. So better to find me on LinkedIn. I'm a big LinkedIn advocate. You write to me there, Instagram or Facebook. Yeah, and
Patricia
I apologize
Summerland
for
at
always
Instagram.
being full on Facebook, but I will knock a faceless person off if they're not active. You're going bye because I need room, because this 5,000 is ridiculous already. And it's been this way since I've been on Facebook. So for me to add, I'm like, okay, I got to go down the list and get rid of some people, but I will definitely. And I will talk to you. Don't be afraid to ask me a question. And you can ask me questions. I'm a breast implant advocate because I had explant surgery to save my life. I'm still detoxing from it. In fact, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow morning. I go for the thyroid ultrasound, praying that that goes well. I don't know, but you know, healthy is great, which I try to be as healthy as I can. But unfortunately, there's certain things that we can't control, and we just hope we can eventually with the right medication and stuff. So I'm going through a bunch of tests. So I will be doing a lot of doctors. I get a stress test with the cardiologist. Yay. This is fun, right? So, but they can't figure out the thyroid issue. And I lost another brother to thyroid cancer. So we kind of just keep check and hopefully, it's not that. And shout out to Jimmy Hines on that behalf, because he was fighting it, and still, I love Jimmy, and I hope you're doing good out there, Jimmy. And anybody else who's fighting any type of disease, but breast implant illness, right there, you put it up. Awesome. And you can go to Nicole Deruta, the breast implant illness site will give you a list of all the breast implant illnesses, and will give you guidance, what doctors to go to, who to talk to about it, how to get them out, not to get them in, because you don't want implants. Implants are deadly. They're toxic. No matter what type of implant that is out there, doesn't matter. There, then, now, in the future, no bueno. Just be happy with what you have. And I wish I would have then. I wanted a lift, but they sold me on implants, because people go, well, you have boobs. I'm like, yeah, I do. Lucky me. But to get the implants in, I should have stayed with the lift and wanting a lift and not let them talk me into it. But it didn't happen that way. So I had 25 years later, got recalled implants, what were most dangerous. They had lymphoma in the casing. And I had illnesses built up from having them in for so long with the rupture and a capsulation. So I had the leakage for a lot of years. Yeah. But the affordability to go get them out was more than what it was to get in.
Wow.
And it happens to a lot of women. They get stuck. They're like, oh no, what can I do? And even though they know that it's not healthy. So yeah, don't be afraid to reach out and ask me questions on that as well. It's the best thing I ever did. I'm still detoxing. I'm still going through it, but I feel so much more healthier. I can jog again. I have my freedom back as far as that goes. Yeah. And I see that doctor soon too, but the COVID kind of pushed everything back, it's kind of okay. So hopefully that went well. Oh, I see my daughter left the light on in there. Nice. She just kind of went in like a whirlwind. Okay, Mom, bye. It was her lunch break. She works for a local newspaper up here, by the way.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw your show the other day. You were on one of your friends' shows. It was pretty cool. You talked more about the breast implants, but people are getting butt implants?
Yes, that's been a known thing since the Kardashians started their, reality show. Oh, yeah. Butt implants, chin implants. I do believe a few of the Glow Girls have those. I'm not saying who. They have.
What happens on a chin implant? What happens on a chin implant?
Well, cheekbone implants.
Okay.
Yeah. There's implants for everything. Yeah.
Really?
But
All right.
butt implants seem to be the thing, since the Kardashians and J-Lo. Don't ask me why. Yep. Crazy. You got more padding to land on if you're a wrestler. I wonder if it would. Yeah, that probably wouldn't be good.
That would a lot of impact, right?
Pop. Yep, that would pop, and there it goes. Silicone all through the body. Ew. Yeah, no bueno. Yeah. So there's explanting happening everywhere now. Christy Teigen just got hers out. A lot of celebrities are getting them out because they know it's bad for you. It's unhealthy. They may not see the effects yet, like some of us have and will have till we die, because it's with us now. But, it's never too late to get them out. And I discourage women from getting them in. Even with cancer, we have double mastectomies. Women that have gotten implants because they got theirs out, they had to do the mastectomy. They got cancer after that. Can you imagine getting cancer from that and then getting cancer from the implants?
Oh, no.
It's horrible. Oh, yeah. There's so many cases. I think we're up to 200,000 maybe in the group. It might be up to that much women and going strong. And there's a lawsuit. I'm in a lawsuit because of it with the company that I had the recall with, because they're called mechanical devices, which is even scarier. They're implants, but they're called mechanical devices. And so now they're going to label it. FDA is going to pass it like, do not smoke, cause cancer, something like that. They'll do with the implants. They've got to put the warning on now. So if you do choose to get implants, you know the risk. So they can't be sued. That's smart. But I got in on that. So I have a lawsuit on mine because obviously mine were recalled. And I didn't even know. Thank God I had a good friend, Phil Jones, if you're listening. He's the one that found I couldn't remember my doctor. I kind of gave him the area of where I had my implants put in back in 1995. And he found the area and gave me the doctor's name. Now the doctor who did my surgery is retired, but the guy that was with him wasn't. So I called, and sure enough, they still have my records. And he's the one that pulled my records. He says, yeah, your implants were recalled due to the lymphoma. I said, you're kidding. Yeah. So I was one of the lucky ones.
Nobody called you.
Huh?
And they didn't call you. I mean, they should have, right?
No, they couldn't. They said that they may have mailed out things, but because since 1995, how many years is that? It's like I moved around. Who knows? Never got a notice. Nope.
Oh,
no.
And you're available you're available for anybody to talk to about this, right? Anyone that's got plans and get rid of it. Okay.
Yes. I would love to share my journey, my story, and to help. And if someone's, fearful of asking a question, don't be, or embarrassed. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. You're doing a good thing, taking the first step, absolutely. So yeah, I'm here.
And you're still fighting.
I'm still fighting. Oh yeah. I have my days. God, I don't want to get out of bed. I'm fighting it. I take a thyroid medication that isn't working right now properly. So my thyroid levels are bouncing up and down. It's a struggle, It's not easy. No, it's a Hashi disease is what it is. They call it Hashi. And then Epstein virus, which I have. And then I'm born with low blood cells. Not born, but they took out a stripping because I had blood. When I was a child, I used to hemorrhage. I had hemorrhages all the time. So I went in for surgery and they fused something in my nose that stopped the nose bleeds and the ear bleeds and the mouth bleeds. So, and low white blood count I have. So I have a low, I run low. My blood pressure is low a lot. So it's crazy.
Wouldn't that have been kind of dangerous for your wrestling career?
I wasn't bad then. No, this all happened, again, we're going back from the implants.
Okay.
I got the implants in 1995. I was after wrestling. Yeah. So all that time, the effects of that created that, I believe. The low blood white cells gradually creates the hypoglycemic, low blood pressure. They have to take my blood pressure to the doctors 3 times. Like, we can't read your blood pressure. It'll come out. I'm like, okay, let's do it one more time. So that's probably another reason why I eat, some sweets here and there, just to keep, the opposite from a diabetic. Yeah. So it's interesting. Wow. But BII symptoms, there's 60 symptoms. Lupus, certain other illnesses are stem from breast implants. They've discovered if you have breast implants. Yeah. All that can be caused from that. Hashimoto's, low autoimmune disease. So I'm pretty sure mine was, we don't know, but I didn't have it before, I was healthy. I'm still healthy. Don't get me wrong, because I fight the Hashimoto's, and tons of women have this. Some of women in the wrestling biz have it as well. They speak about it. It's just one of those things. And I'm hoping women in wrestling get them out. If they have implants, you should not be wrestling and hitting the mat with those suckers. That's
fair
deadly.
Enough, yeah.
That stuff's going to leak, and it creates in time. And especially if they're on the recall, forget about it. It's not good. You don't want that cancer.
That was a big thing in the 90s. It seemed like all the female wrestlers in the WWE were getting implants, like Stephanie did and Sable. I'm not sure if that's real or not. I don't know, but
yeah, I think Sable did too. There's quite a few that did. Yeah, I think Trisha. A lot of them. Yeah, it's a lot. China. Yep, most of them. So I don't, So hopefully they will take heed to that, and get them out. Go to Nicole Deruta breast implant site on Facebook. Right there's thousands of women that are in the same boat, and they talk about it. And you can share your story, you can share your symptoms or what's going on, whatever the question is, or you want to get implants in. We have women that go in there and we discourage them from getting them. They were referred to go in the site just so they don't get them,
Right.
So yeah, I'm here. Catch me when you can.
And you definitely respond, because you've been responding to me quite a bit lately, just on like simple basic things, and that's great. So you're definitely a person of your word. You'll be there to support everybody.
Absolutely.
And thank you.
Anything I can do, anything, and any charity events, let me know too, because I'm a big advocate for any charity. Cancer, diabetes. My mother was a diabetic, so I'm big in the diabetic. I'm a part of the ADA. I host a walk each year for diabetes. This year, I don't know if we'll have it, with the COVID stuff, but let's hope so. Yeah, anything, especially cancer, of course, any Make-A-Wish, I help out with that as well. Those are true to my heart, absolutely. And I look forward to meeting you at the CAC. I'm still not going to give, if we go, got to go, because now Wayne's going to want you there too. See, now you've got us both on your head. We're going to, I just want to go like this.
I know, right? Look how shiny it is. That's because it's sunny over there.
Right there. The sun is shining.
Yeah, I'd like to go back there. That first time I went, I was a fan. Now this time I'm kind of a little bit on the inside, but probably still be intimidated by everybody.
Yeah, they're great people. They're just down to earth and fun. Most of them. We have our niche. Wayne will tell you. We have our group of friends, and you'll see the pictures on Facebook. We all kind of gel together there, while the others hang out. But for the most part, everybody's so nice, great people, and Brian Blair's doing a fantastic job. Thank you, Brian Blair, again. And of course, Carl R. did an amazing job through all these years since it's been. So, and I hope he's feeling well. I got to call him too, see how he's doing. I miss him. So, yeah, everyone call your loved ones and tell them you love them. Most important.
That's right. You're available for shows and Comic-Cons and whatnot?
Yes. I had some Comic-Cons this year that obviously were canceled. So that's a bummer. But in California, I do all of them here. In September, there's one coming up. I'll post it again. Colossus Girl. It's called Colossus Girl. So that's September 12th or 13th. But I'll post that one. Keep posting as we get near, and hope and pray that it goes. But the others, probably next year. I had one in Florida. I was supposed to attend the River City WrestleCon, which I did last year with Brian Blair and John Crowther, Rocky Johnson. That was fun last year. And, rest in peace, Rocky. So sad that he's gone. It's crazy. I was just talking to him. I was just talking to him a week before, actually. Yeah, that was crazy. So that's why I said, reach out and touch your loved one. Love them. Hug them. Don't be afraid of that COVID if it's your family, for Christ's sake. I hate that. Well, no, the family, you guys should be separate in your own house. That's what they were saying in the beginning. I'm like, are you kidding? I go, I'm not going to do that. That's insane to have that much fear.
That's a bit extreme. Life. It really is. Because if you're in a household, when you have it, chances are you're all going to have it. So yeah, deal with it the best you can. Right.
That's right. Yeah. Just be considerate. Wash your hands. That's common sense. Everybody wash your dang hands. That's what we should do anyway. So yeah, but continue on it's summer right now up here. It's 85. It's beautiful here. I know. Well, not inside, outside. In your ring, it looks hot too. That beam of light in the ring. Yep. But enjoy it. Just be cautious, especially for the loved ones, your elderly folks, that's what we have to be cautious of. We don't want them to get sick. Yeah. They're the weakest ones. Yeah. That's why we're doing this. So hope to see you all soon, and stay tuned for Sunny's next endeavor, because we don't know, but yeah, it's in the works. That book is going to be good. The working title is Beautiful Ashes. Working title. It may change meaning, but I kind of really like it. It adds to that story. So yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. We'll see. But I've had fun. This is a great interview. You're awesome, Steve.
Oh, yeah. You did all the work. I just asked the questions and, put some stuff on here on the screen. That's about it. You're the one that's got all the information, all the interesting stories and the things that we want to know. So thank you. You're a fantastic guest.
Thank you. Thank you.
We got to get you up to Canada soon. I got a couple of people that we can. Yes. I get a hold of you.
Yeah, let's do it. I would love to.
Did Rob the Slob contact you yet?
Did what?
Rob the Slob contact you yet? Remember him from COVID Con?
Yes, I do. Yeah, or maybe he did. I don't know because I've had a few. This has been this week has been crazy. But yeah, I don't know. But if not, tell him. I'm here. You better get me because the interviews. I think by the end of June, if I go back and I start getting busy, I won't be able to do many interviews. And speaking of Canada, I want to get the driver's license, the special one that I don't have to use the passport. And so they've pushed it to next October to go in because my license is going to be expired in November on my birthday. And I'm getting that special one just so I can go to Canada.
Yay.
I want it easy. I don't want the passport. I'm like, here's my license. Let me in. Easy. I like that. So, yeah, definitely. I want to come to Canada. I want to go. My friend Fulvio has a place there, Fulvio Chincheri, and he's always invited me. And I'm like, gosh, can't go. So I want to get the driver's license with the special thing on the front. Let me in. Yeah. So
all right. Good luck for that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep. Summerland Beach. No, British Summer. There's Summerland Beach though in British Columbia, right? Is there something?
I'm not
or is
sure.
There well,
Karen,
British
is there Summerland Beach?
There is Summerland in British Columbia, but I don't know if there's a beach there. It's a great show.
First of all, Karen saying, thanks, Patricia. It was a great show, and it sounds like you've had an interesting life. Can't wait for the movie book.
Thank you. Thank you, Karen, and thank you. Absolutely. Yeah, I look forward to it. Stay tuned, and thank you for your questions. That was awesome.
Yeah, she keeps this show interesting for me.
Yeah, she's good about looking things up. She's fast.
Oh yeah, she is. She's totally, and she actually helps me out with a lot of my spelling. Sometimes I rush and my big sausage fingers try to press the keys. I hit the wrong ones, and it looks like a cat walked all over the screen. Yeah, so she's like, "You screwed up." Like, oh man, everyone's looking at it. Oh.
What did I say? Did I just call him an idiot? I didn't mean to. That was supposed to be that. And you change it. Like, how do you do it? Oops, sorry. Or you say, oh, that wasn't for you.
Yeah, right.
That was, yeah, but it happens. Yeah. But yeah, stay tuned and check me out, get my books, and I'll send a t-shirt. I'm getting more made off right here. You can get one of these lovely Sunny, that's with Spuds McKenzie shirts right there. I have a couple left in this size. I think this is extra large. So, or 2X could be, but I'm going to get more made off. I'll send a shirt.
Those are nice. Those are sweet.
And thank you for listening, everyone. Now I'm going to go eat. I'm fading.
Oh, I totally forgot. Usually when I do stuff like this, I forget to eat or go to the bathroom or anything. It's just like, or whenever I travel, right? And then it's like, oh, afterwards, then the adrenaline hits and whatnot.
Yeah, that's right. I know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's what is it? 2:00? Yeah, almost 2.
Yeah,
my time.
We've been on for a couple hours. This is not bad though. Karen probably kill me because she's got stuff to do and she's supporting me on the show. So I owe her big time.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, and thank you, Karen. Thank you, Stevil.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Okay. Take care.
It was my pleasure. Bye.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone, for being on Dr. Stevil Show. That was Patricia Summerland. She played Sunny from Glow, the original Glow. So that was a fantastic interview. We learned a lot. If you want to get a hold of her, all the information is still here on the screen, or you can just rewatch this and find out how to get a hold of her. So thanks a lot. And boom.